Okay. Well, in the spirit of time, because it's 7:33, should we start now, Jake? And people will be calling in, but
Yeah, we're good whenever.
okay. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Would you believe 2 days left for the month? And to be precise, 21 days for the quarter. So it's scary how time flies when you're having fun. But the reason I asked Jay if he can deliver this presentation, we've been getting a lot of phone calls on the C70s, C60, C70s. Even though Xerox has it labeled under office, it's not. It's really entry-level production, you know? Okay. And what was I going to say? So I see it as a production, but this will give us today a flavor in how to attack, well, lack for a better word, but go after accounts that they have the need for production, but they don't even know it. So this is what Jay's going to talk about and how to sell it, what's the value behind this. And oh, by the way, this is also going to pertain for other production units. So if this is successful, if you guys like this, I'll continue having training workshops, if you will, just for our team around the production area. And please, please, please do not be shy. Ask your questions. So Jay, again, thank you so very much for taking the time and reviewing this with the team.
You're very welcome. So just to introduce myself first, so I'm Jay. I'm your virtual office, wrong category. Right?
Yeah.
Already, Mom.
We need to give them some coffee.
Yeah.
That's the thing. No coffee. They don't drink coffee. No. Don't need it. Too much work. Keeps my body too wired up. So I'm your virtual production specialist. So my role is to work with you guys on the Versant and up. So technically the C6070 is not a product I cover. Mon's asked me to do this because there is some blur lines where C6070 comes into play, when the Versant comes into play. And like she said, really it is the first step for a customer to get into any kind of production level printing, but then there's some reasons where a C6070 would not belong and a Versant needs to belong. So we're going to cover those today. So that's my job. And my job for you guys is to help you configure customer phone calls, customer live demos like we're doing right now, come up with conversations where we help you learn how to sell the product, teach you what the product's all about. And again, I start at the Versant and up, whereas we have another group that does the C67 office gear, which we can get you in touch with, which is our staff. By the way, today we're going to run through this and see where we go, and next would be Lita.
So I just wanted to take an opportunity this morning to get on the camera because not that I like being on camera, but I wanted an opportunity to properly introduce myself so you can actually have, see a person to a voice. A lot of people I've communicated through email, but wanted to take a minute just to introduce myself. For those who don't know me, I work hand in hand with Mons as a virtual CVM. So I do what she does, except for I do it virtually and I don't travel. I haven't had to travel yet, but so when she's out on the road traveling, I'm another resource. And I just, like I said, I wanted to give you a voice to a face, and and thank Jay for putting on this presentation, which I think you're going to find very helpful in the future.
Can we get you guys to mute your phones, please? There's some people speaking in the background. It's really hard to focus on what's going on, so thanks.
So I'm actually going to leave the room and let Jay do his thing. I'm actually going to join. You'll hear another beep in a few minutes because I'm going back to my desk to join the meeting and watch from my desk. But that's right? I need to get some on my Fitbit. So I need some steps on my Fitbit. So again, thank you very much, Jay, for doing this presentation for us. I know you'll kick it because you always do. And good morning, everybody. And I wish you the best in the next couple of days to finish out the month. Thanks.
There you go. Get out. Sorry, Lita. I did not virtually kick Lita out. I did not do that. No one saw that. No proof except the recording. I knew that recording's there for a reason, so. All right, guys. So we're going to talk about the C6070 and why it fits in such a great space in the marketplace today for certain customers and certain application processes. So we're going to scroll on through here, do a few slides. So first of all, quick facts about our C60-70. 60, 65 pages a minute, 70 for color, color, print, scan, copy, fax, all those things, 200 images per minute scanner. It does have the simple image quality adjustment tool, which I'll go through in a little while. It does two things. It does registration and density uniformity, lots of flexible feeding and finishing options, really great image quality when it comes to 2400 by 2400 print resolution, really great high resolution. E8 toner, I'm not sure if you guys are all familiar, but E8 toner is the toner that we chemically grow ourselves. We decide the shape and the context of that toner, therefore helping it lay on paper more simply. It's like having a bunch of grains of sand all the same size or a bunch of little pebbles in one hand. Which one lays better? The sand, and that's what we build. We build sand. 300 GSM simplex, it automatically duplexes up to 256 and up to 13 by 19. So again, for those applications, for those customers looking to get some higher end quality, whether it be color or higher end quality of thicker product that makes their finished product look a little more expensive and feel a little nicer, that's where this falls. And it's an all-in-one solution for your office, enterprise, and graphics art workflows for a lot of our customers out there. So we're going to get into it next, and let's go to, this is going to talk a little bit about who belongs in the space with a color C60-70. So its first option is it's a cost-effective way for a customer to get a production-type space. You know, the Versant line is an amazing piece of equipment that can do more than the C60-70 does, just like cars. Every car has its own niche for its own customer, but the difference is, for cost effectiveness, this thing sits right in a beautiful sweet spot. Best of both worlds, you can get high-end department stuff, you can do entry-level production color just to get going, great image quality, great media expansive volume of what material this thing can print on. I'll show you some in a few moments once we get going, as well as it's available to give them the print solution they really need. You know, and what's the sweet spot? Again, entry production color, just people that really want to focus on the dollars because they're not really looking for a high-end piece of equipment to do a lot more things. Some people want to scale up later on. They can actually scale and add components or build onto it if they need to. And someone who wants more latitude, especially with registration and more reliability, this is going to do it all day long. As I said a moment ago, it does up to 300 GSM. This replaces any existing MIF machines in the field that are your Xerox Color 550, 560, 570 printers. You're going to see some still out there possibly. If you do, this is a direct replacement for that. If they do look for some color management, the graphics art package will give them the ability to do that. With that, you can actually zoom in a pixel up 300 plus or 3,000%. What that'll do, it's really neat because then with the graphics art package, a designer can pick a specific color or spot on that page and change the color. You can only do that on a page level otherwise without the graphics art package. So again, it's another level for someone if they're looking to do that. This is a great option for them to have that ability. If you want to do variable data, not a problem. Finishing options, we have square fold trimmer and the GBZ advanced punch as well. Now, who is your customer? Print for pay, implants that want to get into that kind of production level space. Printing professionals, I would say churches, marketing, real estate, hospitals, schools, any of those folks that want a better color print than the office gear is going to give them, this is going to be in that next level. You can see the three competitive face-offs. We get your image runners, your KM Biz Hubs, and your Task Alphas. So those are the direct relations that this material, this machine would sit right against. And reason being, there's a lot of things we do great, and a lot of things we do better than the competitors. And that's not Jay saying it, that's the industry saying it, because we did win an award for this back in 2016, the Pro Award from Buyers Lab. What are our key advantages? Image quality, productivity, reliability. Man, do we step up in that in every single category. Wide variety of applications, like I said. Your options for print servers. You can choose the integrated server if you want. If it's just a file print environment and they just want nice color, great idea for that. And if they want, all you need to do is they can just buy the engine. This is the engine right here. They can just chop it right here. That's all they want. They'll get a bypass tray and an offset catch tray, but it still gives them the Seeka tools and the other things we're going to talk about today, image quality, reliability, and all those things. So with the print servers, you can also get your buckled fire ace or your smaller fire that's just available to help you process jobs a little faster, does some more things, gives you the command workstation and things. And then the external fire with a faster rip speed, allowing the device to actually accept documents faster because the file rate can rip it, make it in a language the printer understands, and send it to it. And again, we've got workflow solutions, mobile print, EchoTrack, YSoft, mobile cloud. It can do all those things. It's got tons of 256-bit in-bit security, as well as your secret tool, which I'll go through shortly, with your registration image density. So that gives you a bit of an idea on who our customers are for the C60-70 product. Let's talk applications. This is the money. Hold on. Do I do a dance or something when this comes in? I don't know. I should do a little dance every time I bring this in. So, this is my little, oh, man down. This is my little presentation station. So what I do here is whenever I do a demo for customers, I say, here's what you're going to get. Because, Mr. Customer, what you truly care about is the finished product. I can talk about engines and quality and Seek and all this stuff, but what you really care about is how do you get that finished product and what does it look like? What stocks can I print on to either get more visits from current customers to bring in their business they're giving to other print shops because I can't do it today, or let's say it's to be able to print nicer product on nicer applications for specific uses for other new customers they want to bring in, or their own internal customers inside their implant, or their own environment inside the school, hospital, et cetera. So let's look at a few things. Golf ball sleeve, really cool. Just slide this over so I can get a little closer to the camera. So golf ball sleeve. So this is a golf ball sleeve where let's say you have a printer print this or someone print this for, you can have advertisers advertise on the outside of it, allowing that organization to build some income. It's kind of neat to do that. Let's say you have a mall, any mall or any environment with multiple businesses inside. You could have one of these little cubes. Again, each location could pay for space on it, therefore giving the organization back the ability to bring in some money from their printer itself. You can do tent cards. This can be for coffee shops. This can be for Metro Cell, for cell phone companies, whatever you want. The nice thing is all this stuff comes in pre-printed sheets that runs through the machine, no problem, prints great color code, and gives you a nice finished product, so when you get it out, customers can sell them. Let's say you have a university or a school. I know college basketball and college football and stuff is huge in the U.S. So let's say you had an opportunity to, university wanted to start printing some more things like, you know, cones, right? And the nice thing, again, inside, if you look, this could be advertisers on the inside or things they want to promote. Billy's Pizza, 2 for 1, bring this in. Great, you bring it in, Billy Pizza gives you 2 for 1. All kinds of cool stuff you can do with that. What else can we print? You could print things like wristband tags for hospitals or for events locally. You can print NCR. You can print carbonless paper. It's not designed to run carbonless all the time. Let's make sure we clarify that. This is a one-off job here and there, and you are supposed to run a whole bunch of, like I think 500 sheets after or 100 clear ones to get some of the residue out of the machine. They're not designed, this machine is not designed to run this exclusively. It will cause us problems and give you more service calls, which you don't want. But it is able to do those one-off jobs when the customer needs to, which is really nice. And that can be for a hospital or a vehicle checkup list. You can absolutely run envelopes, no problem. This does have a separate envelope fuser, so you'll take out one fuser, drop in the envelope fuser, switch them out. It's just a handle. You basically open the door, grab the handle, lift it up, put the new one in place, and that's it. It's super easy to do. You could do things like, let's say you have a map for a school or university where here's a student ID card and here's a parking pass, and on the back, you've got a map. The nice thing about this is a plastic type material. It will not melt inside the device because it understands what this does, what its capabilities are, and how much to heat the fusing component. Let's say you have some Never Tear. I love this thing, Never Tear. Look at that. I can't tear it. I'm really strong. I'm like a brute. I work it every day. But I can't tear Never Tear paper. And this is really cool when it comes to situations where they want that material to last. This will last forever. Super, super tough product. Trifold brochures. Easy peasy. CZ folder inside would also do some trifold brochures. This does about 25 to 30 or so inside the CZ folder. You can do those for any event you want, as well as you could do some pre-printed, pre-perforated sheets for luggage tags. Could be for hotels, could be for airports, could be for events coming up or travel agencies even. Real estate opportunity. This is great for real estate and for elections and things. You can easily print on nice rigid product a bit of a polyester fill product, like super heavy duty, and this is really nice for using for door hangers. What if you had a customer that is in the oil and gas industry, let's say, and this is a sheet that will stick. You stick this on a drum, it is not coming off. Don't even try. You better stick something over it because this stuff is so super sticky. But that's the kind of stuff you can print on too, and that will not wear out. You can print some really super nice menus. If you go to a restaurant, please tell me, you go to a restaurant and you see laminated menus, you're going to say, Mr. Restaurant owner, have you ever thought about doing a really nice product like this when it comes to doing your menus that you can actually change in-house at any time you want and make adjustments instead of sending it out and having it go out to a print shop and getting it back 3 or 4 days later? Well, you have the ability to do this. A customer could actually buy their own C60, 70, just the engine, and print on their own menus. Window clings. Once again, the user is intelligent enough to know, based on the product you're putting through it, that this product will not melt based on heat and pressure. Two things that kill image quality and product is heat and pressure, and this will do window clings all day long. You can run some variable data. So this is Steve's name. I stole it from when I was in San Francisco at an event. So this is Steve. He was supposed to get it, and I just kept it. So you can do all kinds of cool variable data. Steve's name on the field. Steve's name on the back of his jersey. To get my own name on the back of a jersey. Steve's name on his helmet. So that's all the cool stuff that you can do with variable data when it comes to this product, as well as postcards and business cards all day long, especially with the tools at Seeker when it comes to registration. This thing will register up to 1.2 millimeters, but we can bring this bang on when it comes to running your Seeker tool and give you the ability to have it right on with perfect registration. Two-sided business cards, two-sided postcards, whatever you need. All right, so that is that. So now what we're going to do is skip through. Where's my little presenter gone?
Hey, Jay, I have a question. Where can we get a package like that? Where can my team get packages for the samples output?
Yeah, I have to check because I believe we can order them through, we used to get them through Domtar a long time ago, but I think we can get them through Maps now. Sometimes Maps is, we have a map system where we can order them. So I'm not sure if I can order because I have to have a certain budget number to do it, but Mons and I, we can discuss it. But it's definitely something we can get for you if needed.
You know, and if I can chime in again, it is, team, it's so important, especially when selling production. It's the output. It's not really the equipment. It's the output. And based on the output, then that's when you're going to recommend a product. This is why I strongly recommend always have your package together, work very closely with your production specialist, which is Jay and Rudy Martinez, or if it's a C60, C70, talk to me or Lita or any of the, what do they call, the SAS team, and they'll help you with it.
Exactly. And linens, I didn't mention linens, so linens and magnets. You can also get a really super thick magnetic stock, which is really nice. So you can actually get a magnet, you can run it through, and then take a wand. They'll have to do it separately outside because it's not magnetized when it goes in the device. They'll take a wand, they'll wipe it across, they'll magnetize the sheet, and then they can cut it. So this thing can run magnets. And product like a synthetic. This is a synthetic type product. It's hard to tell on camera, but I've also got another one here, a little booklet that we printed the other day. And you see, I don't know if you can see the lines in. I'm trying to get a good angle. But this looks like textured lines, all kinds of lines, up and down, crisscross. It's got texture to it. This is a linen product that was printed on the Versant yesterday, day before yesterday. So this is a full bleed book. And now note, this is full bleed. This is not a capability you're capable of doing with the C60-70 because it doesn't have a trim module to cut the top and bottom. But it does have on the end right here, last component is going to be your square fold trimmer on this side and your face trimmer here, so that'll do both of those. But it does print on linen stock, and linen stock is super nice, and it feels expensive and clean and crisp, and just, it feels like it's worth it. It has a ton of value, especially for a print for pay kind of customer.
Do I hear music in the background?
Someone's playing kids' music. Mons, you should be able to scroll through the listing of people and just mute them.
And who's playing Michael Jackson?
Melanie. Melanie. Melanie, can you mute your phone, please?
Melanie, girlfriend.
All right. Or mind, you can right-click on her name or highlight over her name, and you can mute her too.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I don't have those rights though. Okay.
Oh.
So now, here's the Buyers Lab print report we got for 2016, which is we won the Pro Award, best in class when it comes to reliability, color stability, rich solid colors on uncoated papers. I really enjoyed that a lot. Great uptime, really great value for the product and dollars spent.
Sorry, I can't mute her. Oh, let me see.
Jay, are you supposed to be sharing something on your desktop?
Yeah, can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, but it's just showing the WebEx screen, so your presentation isn't showing.
I see it, Jay.
No, I see it. Yeah.
I see it as well. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Okay.
Maybe Max. Do you have it maximized,
no, I got it. Now I was on the wrong tab. Sorry about that.
Okay, all good. All right, so we're good? Perfect. So again, if you guys want that Buyers Lab report, we can get that to you, no problem. There's a lot of great information there giving you and your customers the ability to really step into a realm where they may have not thought they could do before. They want to go from office into the light production space. This is their great step, and Buyers Lab says it's a great product to do that with. So outstanding image quality. Yes, we do 24 by 2400 resolution, which again gives us that ability to give them one of the best qualities they're going to get in the industry on a 0.6 micro font. That's the head of a pin on a 0.6 font for, I think it's the 500,000th digit of pi. So again, we can do the Pantone color matching, all those stuff. Gives us the ability to really run some great, fantastic, heavy-duty color quality on this device. And again, with the EA low melt toner, like I said earlier, our toner, we chemically grow it, allowing us to then control more of what our image product looks on the output side when it comes to getting the right spot color matching, when it comes to getting the right definition for what we want. Our toner allows us to do that, combined with the tools we have and the engine itself, good to go when it comes to color quality. So productivity, let's talk about productivity. So what can it do when it comes to productivity? 60 GSM to 256 is where it maxes out on the feed uncoated media. Auto duplex up to 256 GSM, 94 pound. These are internal trays. It's different when we get to the bypass tray, the double oversized high capacity feeders, because that will do more than what the 4 internal trays do. And to be honest, most people, when they buy this machine, if they're looking at any volume at all or any next level stocks, you need to get them into a 2-tray oversized high cap feeder because it will do a lot more when it comes to capabilities of different medias. So again, the 4 internal trays do have some limitations on what it can handle. 12 by 18 is the max you can do there. If you want to run 13 by 19s, you got to do it through the oversized high capacity trays on the front end. Same thing as the auto duplexing steps up to 300 on those trays, as well as you're going to get a higher GSM up to 300. So. And the bypass does 250 sheets right on top, it will be on the other side, right on the top of, there we go. I feel like a giant with this little tiny machine behind me. So the bypass tray is on top here, that'll run up to 110 cover, 300 GSM again, 13 by 19. So if you didn't have a oversized high capacity feeder like we do, the bypass tray will run these sheets because the bypass tray would actually, you would flip it down, it would be off the engine itself over here if this was not in place. And again, that's designed for specialty media like we said earlier. So what are the high capacity feeders? What does it do? Single or dual. So in the single, in the picture you're looking at, you'll get 1 tray. So again, this is for someone who wants some extra media capabilities but doesn't need the volume to run 2 of them at the same time. Because many customers won't need that, but they do want to do a bigger volume of 13 by 19s or larger sheets like that or different special media stocks. Same thing as, like I said, it does up to 300 GSM through there, no problem, the single or the dual. And the top would be an actual storage bin for paper, extra things you need there. And also that's where you want to run your letters as well, so your store your envelopes. Yeah, you can run envelopes through there too. So finishing, you have a business-ready finisher and a business-ready booklet maker finisher in the business-ready size. Now, the unique part about this is this. The business ready is your entry level. If they're doing a lot more volume, you're going to step up to the next level finisher, which we're going to talk in a moment. Your bits are ready. They all do offsetting. They all do 2-3 hole punch. The difference in these two really would be one is a book-up maker, one is not. That's really the only difference in the two. Stapling capability should be about the same. And the folding will do your south stitch, your V-fold, your dual staple heads, so put the 2 staples if needed. And there is also your CZ fold unit available, which is right here. There's our CZ folder unit there. So again, you push a little button, the drawer pops out. It does, I think, 25 to 35 folded sheets. And also convenient stapler. I don't know why, man, but I love this convenient stapler. You stick the paper and you go in the staples and you walk away. So what else can we do? Again, this will have hole punching as well. Forgot to mention that. And it can do some Z-fold when it comes to tabloids as well. So if you want some Z-fold and C, you're good to go with that. Here's the next level finisher, the standard finisher. A little heavier duty. So this will do 500 sheets on the top tray, a 3,000 sheet stacker, 2-3 hole punch, etc. When you add the book-up maker, it takes that stacker away on the bottom, or the stacker does a little bit less, based on the fact that it needs that book-up maker space on the bottom. It's got a built-in decurler for coated and heavyweight media. So right here, if I wanted to manually change the curl, there's 2 little buttons right here. I can manually change my output. Let's say I print one for a test job, and it pops out. I'm like, it's a little bit heavy curl on one side. I can trim this down, make it have a little bit of a C shape on the bottom. I can adjust that curl based on what the product looks like on the way out. GBC options available, but note it's only available with the standard finisher and the standard finisher book maker. You can't get a GBC with the business-ready finishers. Another thing I'll mention too is this is your post-process inserter. Note the word post-process. What that means is there are certain functions you cannot add something to after the fact. For example, let's say you have some black and white sheets or something, or some covers you printed elsewhere on another device, and then want to use this for the full finished booklet, but you want to insert documents inside. So you'll tell the FIRE, you'll say, FIRE, please print page 1, 2, and 3 from this document, insert 4 from here. Please print page 5, 6, 7, insert 8 from here. You can do that, no problem, but if you want that to be GBC punch, the GBC punch is forward in the finishing lineup. Therefore, you're not going to be able to post-process insert any documents from elsewhere and GBC punch them. So things like that are key to note, especially if you're looking for a certain situation where a customer wants those finishing capabilities and that post-process inserting. Now note, I'll talk about it later, but on the Versant, we've actually taken the insertion module, moved it right here after the interface module. So every single thing you insert on the Versant is capable of having every finished component do its job with that product. You can put tabs in here and all kinds of cool stuff. So, square fold trimmer. So I showed you a booklet a moment ago. Let me grab that again. So your square fold trimmer will square fold the edge of the booklet like that, make it nice and clean and square, and it will face trim the front end. Again, this machine is not capable of top and bottom trimming to get you a full bleed booklet capability. If that is an application customer needs to have, Versant is your next step. And that's why I'm glad I'm doing this, because I want to make sure that we understand the difference in the C60, 70 capabilities, what customers can expect it to do, and what customers can expect the Versant to do based on the application they need to run. GBC punch can run anything up to 220 GSM, lots of different die sets if they need them. They can order them. It comes with the one already with the device when you order it. But all the other die sets are all ordered.
The highway closed right there at Hinkle.
Hello? Sorry?
There's a lane closed at Hinkle right there on the highway.
Can I get somebody to mute your phone, please?
Hinkle is like right by Victoria, almost before Victoria. Like between us and Victoria.
That's Melanie again. Melanie, can you please mute your phone? We can hear you speaking in the background. All right, thanks. Okay. So we will continue on, and color choices and servers. So you can get the basic server, and basically the integrated server is designed for, on the bottom you see the integrated color server, high-end office applications. That's pretty much all it's for. It's not going to do much more than that. It just allows you to have a great use of our print driver, run through there, and that's its only purpose. It's not going to rip documents and make your productivity increase. That's not its purpose. It's just for file print applications. The EXI server, so the bustled part we call it, is great for getting the customer the access to Fiery and Fiery Command Workstation. But again, if they want that next level of speed and productivity and color management, they're going to need to roll up onto the EX Fiery, so the external Fiery you see way over here on my right. So what that's going to do is going to help tear documents apart, rip them down faster into a language the printer can understand, and then send them to the printer. You want to see a bottleneck in a customer's environment, sell them the wrong Fiery. That is an easy way to kill productivity in a customer's environment. And the thing is, too, is some of them don't understand the difference, and we really need to focus on the difference. Yes, it's going to cost them more money, but do you want to stand there for minutes and minutes and wait for a document to print just because the Fiery can't rip it fast enough? No, you don't, because you mentioned to me, Mr. Customer, the productivity is important. So, all right, reliability. We mentioned some of these smart kits. Everybody has smart kits. As you can see in the picture, your fuse is very easily replaceable. You just pick it up with the handle, drop the new one in, especially for the envelope fuser, because it does run at a lower temperature. Your charged Cortrons are all, you just take two little knobs, you open up the engine, take them out, lift them up, put them aside, recycle them, send them back to us, take the new one, click it back in place. Your toner and your waste containers are all contained inside the engine as well. They're all in here as well. So again, the load water run, you take it out, you put a new one back in, anybody can do it. Especially people today using cell phones. If you can use a cell phone today, I'm sure you can change a toner on one of these or any of these devices. So that just gives you an idea on all the things we're able to do when it comes to smart kits, because everybody does them now. We were the first one to come out with them, and now everybody else is jumping on board with us. Custom paper profiles. So once you run your Seeker tool, and you give it the registration and you give it the density uniformity that it requires, you can save that as a custom paper profile. Let's say Johnny's business card. You can save that as a custom paper profile and call it Johnny's business card. So when you walk over to the Fiery next time, you select it, boom, you play it, and it runs so much easier because it knows what specs this is set up to do on the paper you're going to use it for. Because when you set that up, you set up per paper, per drawer it's being printed from. Seeker tool works the same way, but the nice thing about that is you then give your customers what? Ease and simplicity of the repeat jobs over and over again. And again, it's all about the outcome product that they really need to see. So now let's talk about Seeker. What is Seeker? So for those of you guys that don't know, Seeker does two things on the C60-70, and it does three things on the Versa. I'm going to show you the difference today. So first of all, we're going to talk about registration. So registration is front to back alignment of media. So how do you run that? Super easy. You walk over your device. Let's say you're going to print this on 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, right? So you'll run the Seeker tool on the product you're using, so the actual meter you're running, from the tray you want to run this from. Because every time, if you run this from a different tray, it's not going to retain those settings. It can't do that. The nice thing is, you walk over, you punch a few buttons, it gives you, so you run the Seeker tool, it's going to give you target sheets that look like this. Each side has hash marks, has different colored squares and stuff. So all I do then is I take it and I look and say, oh, my registration's a little bit off, because you'll see through the media. All you do then is you walk over again, you drop it in there, you push a few more buttons, it scans it, and what it does then, it says, it understands what am I printing, what should I be at, and it knows how to reset itself. And it'll print out a few more at the end, and you'll see, yep, registration is perfect. Save that into that custom paper profile, and it remembers it for the next time you print that media from that tray. Make sense?
And Jay, if I can add, team, this is huge, by the way. Customers, especially in plans or print for pay, they pay bang for this because this is what they're selling to their customer. Again, this is huge, and it's a time saver with our products.
When I was in San Francisco, I walked in with a customer who had 5 V80s, and one guy had no idea this even existed. In literally 4 minutes, I showed him how to run this automatically like we just did. He was like, really? You mean I don't have to print a sheet, measure the distance between the hash marks, and then readjust manually? He's like, no, man. 3 to 4 minutes, you know how much time you just saved me? I said, don't forget, per media, per the tray it's coming from. That's the focus point. He goes, I got it, man. That is like, literally, I know how to do it because I run it here every now and then. I'll play around. Because if I don't know how to do it, or if you don't know how to do it, if you've never tried it, everybody here needs to run every piece of Seeker you can so you know how it works. The second thing it does is density uniformity. So again, you walk over, you go to density uniformity tool inside the user interface, say, print me some target sheets. You get a whole bunch of target sheets, CMYK and RGB. And you say, Coca-Cola red, let's see. Left to right, density uniformity is a little bit off. It's a little more orangey on this side of the page. What do? Well, let me tell you. You walk over. You drop those pieces of paper, those target sheets back in. Then the printer knows, okay, now I know where I'm at. That's not where I'm supposed to be. It resets itself, looking at the density, and sets up the way it's supposed to be again. And again, save it in that custom paper profile for the next time you're printing Bob's business card. Easy peasy? Perfect. The third I'm going to show you, this is what's done on the Versant 180. This is not able to be done automatically through the C60-70. It's called image transfer. The difference is this, is each of these squares have a different amount of electrical charge placed on the toner. The more charge you have, the more toner is pulled down into the grooves of paper. And I've got one here to show you as an example. I printed this at Gill Hatch last year when I was there. So if you can see this on the blue here, see the bunch of white lines in between? That's because this is a textured linen stock that has grooves. I just ran it as if it was regular paper. It didn't understand how deep those grooves were. When I printed the next one like this, it looks perfect. So that is image transfer. The ability to automatically, semi-automatically, pull down more electrical charge, grabbing more toner into the grooves of those specific stocks. It's a really big deal for customers. So that's Seika. And like I said, the Versant 180, for example, won the Buyer's Lab Award in 2018 for production. They said Seika is the simplest and easiest form of registration and density uniformity, et cetera, they've seen to date. For example, Konica Minolta has a competitor with the Versant 180 that actually had to build an IQ 501 unit on this side of its engine to do what our Seika does, and it costs more money, it takes up more space. So no one today is able to do what we can do with Seika, so make sure every customer knows how easy and simple that is. Mr. Customer, I can have you a piece of paper registered in 3 to 4 minutes. Are you okay with that? How long does it take you today? Oh, 8 to 10, and you're wasting time and paper? Let's get rid of that problem and give you a solution. You okay with that? Beautiful. So what can this machine also do? Simple scanning. It can just scan to email, scan the folder, PC to mailbox, all those things. It's got fax built in. Note, the Versant 180 does not do faxing, just as a heads up. So yeah, I'm not going to go through that. You guys know all that stuff. That's easy to do. So, okay. This is great for so many environments, as we've already talked about. Great image quality for high-value applications. This is for those folks that really want to get a nicer quality product that the office units just can't produce because they're not built for that. Flexible feeding options we talked about. Production level speed and media handling. Great color. 24 by 24 color resolution, fantastic color for this thing. Enterprise workflows and a great price point. That's the biggest key. This gets them into the realm they didn't think they could play because they thought production was too expensive. Well, now with the C60-70, it's not. But in this presentation too, I've got a whole bunch of opportunities for you to grab those links so we can send this out to you as well. This is actually on Smart Center. That's where I pulled it from. I don't create stuff from scratch. Why would I do that? I'll add a few things, but I don't bother doing that because it's way too much for me. It's all set up for you. Brochure, specs, all that stuff as well. Is if you haven't already used the Xerox Product Explorer tool, so www.explorerxeroxproducts.com, all this stuff is there. You go to C60-70, you can build your own device. It is the one-stop shop for everything when it comes to learning what this product can do and what it's capable of running. It's all there for you. So now I'm going to do a quick comparison just as a quick blurb on what the C60-70 does versus the 180. And the reason I'm doing it is because there is certain situations where this won't fit. But I know for a fact, I've dealt with people in the past that have put this in place for other reasons that they shouldn't have. The last thing you want to do is put a product in place that's not right for the customer. Hey, and sometimes I've had customers where I say, you don't need a Versant. You don't need it. The cost is too high for you, as well as all these cool things it can do, you're never going to use. In your environment, it doesn't make sense. So I'm never going to put somebody into something that's not right for the customer. You guys here, I believe, are the same thing. We all believe in ethical salesmanship. Therefore, the right product, the right customer needs, that's what they should be putting in place. So let's run through a few things. So obviously, the C67 has a lower average monthly volume and duty cycle than the 180. This will do 10,000 to 50,000 a month, whereas the 180 will run you approximately, was it 20 to 80,000 a month usually it'll run. 26-inch banner sheets, those nice big long sheets can run on the Versant. This can't run those longer sheets. Full B booklets I showed you, because this doesn't have a two-sided trimmer capability, you can't do true full B booklets. And again, it's application-based. If you talk applications with your customer, you'll find out what they want to print, who their customers are, and maybe internal, maybe external, maybe print for pay, who knows. If that's the case, you find out everything they want to print, what the finished product's going to look like, then you can decide what fits next. For example, when you're printing booklets, the finisher here can only do up to 25 sheets, which is 100 imposed pages, whereas the Versa can do 125 imposed pages, which is 25 sheets of paper. Seika doesn't do image transfer, as I mentioned. It can do it, but you have to do it from the platen glass, which is much harder and much more work. It is able, because the Seika tools can be ran on anything, but the semi-automatic process that we give the ability for the customer to do, that's the key of the time-saving things and the automation. Image quality is 6 by 6 by 8-bit. The Versa does 12 by 12 by 10-bit. If you don't understand what that really means, it's ripping capability. The 10-bit does literally 4 times more shades of every color in every pixel than any other vendor in the world can print. No other vendor in the world has an engine that can print a 10-bit image, but our Versa product does. And again, great product, prints a great image, but it can only handle so much information coming into it. It's like having a standard def TV and a high definition cable. All the great cables coming in, but your TV can't produce that image, so you're never going to see it. Same thing as this. So again, the Versant is the only engine in the world, and the Iridesce, that can print a 10-bit image. Post-process inserter, we mentioned that before, so it's set back into the finishing line a little more. So if they do want to GBC punch something, they're going to have to GBC punch it first and then drop it through here after the fact. The V180P, the production model or performance model, does have the ability to run at rated speed. And if you don't know what that means, here's what it means. This piece of paper and this piece of paper, the Versa 180P doesn't care how heavy the paper is. It only cares about the size of paper. This runs at it has weight restrictions, so when it reaches 106 GSM, it's going to slow down a little bit, and as you go higher and higher, it slows down, like most of the machines do. But our performance model for 180, this is rated at 80 pages per minute. I don't care if this is 300 GSM or this is 90 GSM. It will always run at 80 pages per minute for this size of paper. So obviously, this size of paper is much bigger and will go slower because it can only feed through so fast in the engine itself. It can only pass through so quick. So this size of paper would run at about a 44 page per minute, and that's what that size of paper is rated for. It doesn't care how heavy the paper is whatsoever. Not as productive because the belt fuser on this versus the Versant, the Versant's compact belt fuser technology has a semi-self-healing Teflon-based belt, which gives the ability to heat up the slow down a lot faster. Now, on this also, I can open up that drawer right now and lift up and pop out the fuser if I want to. You can't do that on the Versant because it's a bigger, heavier fuser compact belt. But again, the biggest difference is going to be this. It can run more mixed media faster because that compact belt fuser can drop heat and retain heat so much quicker. This one is not built like that. We brought the fusing capability from higher-end products down into the Versant to allow it to do that. This does require a separate envelope fuser. So the big difference would be that the Versant does not. The Versant will run envelopes all day long as it does because of its fusing capability. Fusing is as robust as I mentioned. A little difference in weight. This will run not as wide of a berth of weight as the Versant will do, of course, because it's not designed for that, and that's okay. But it has a great niche and a great place in the market today. You can't get a stacker on the C60-70. So again, it doesn't need it because at 10 to 50,000 a month on an average monthly print volume, customers shouldn't be stacking that many documents at one time. That's a higher volume environment, which requires a higher volume product. It's like you wouldn't take a 1982 Chevette four-wheeling in the mud because it's not built for it. Registration on this would run at a 1.2 millimeter at best. That one, the Versa runs at a 1 millimeter, and a 3100 runs at a 0.5 millimeter. But when you run the Seika tool, it'll bring it right back into line. It's designed to do about that much. There's no fax in the Versa. It's not designed for fax. It's not designed for office uses. As well as there is no ACQS and no inline spectrophotometer on this device. And ACQS is your automated color quality suite, the software that allows the Fiery to work with the engine and give you calibration within 3 to 4 minutes. Well, on this, you have to manually calibrate using your handheld spectrophotometer that you would get if you wanted to order that with the device itself. So just some quick things to understand that this is a great product, man. It sits in an awesome space for the right person. But if there's some things that you find out that customer really wants to do, and wants to do it a lot, you may need to step up to the next level product, which is going to be the Versa 180. Make sense? Beautiful. And that's my story for today. I wanted to leave a little bit extra time today because I want to make sure if anybody had any questions or anything that they wanted to ask, so we can go right ahead. Set up. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions, team? Because this was good. I mean, it was a great overview, Jay. Thank you so very much. If you don't have questions, but you do want to work with Jay, call him or call Lita or myself. But we are here to help you. Production, I'm telling you, of course I'm biased, but it always beats the competition. But just remember to sell the application. That is key. It's the application, and I'm telling you, people pay bank for that application.
Some months, months, this is Chris. So,
yes.
Shot you an email about, just, I guess, want to ask Jay or just sort of the, whoever. We've had a lot of conversations with clients, but does Xerox have anything set up that, you know, that we could get, you know, for XYZ real estate company, or we've got a Mercedes dealership that we're working with that, you know, we have customized golf balls for, you know, all of the, you know, the 20 people that are coming in that day with variable data. Like, basically, do I just need to go out and hire a graphic designer and then go to the demo center and do all this stuff myself, or
you know
Xerox
what we have that we can provide right away? It's through XMPie, right? We have it set up in our demo rooms, and the closest to you, Chris, is Chicago, or we have one in Santa Ana. It's that beautiful calendar. People love love to see their names on the calendar. So we can run when you're out here. I can go with you.
But I mean, when you're But if the application, if you're talking to an industry, you know, the calendar isn't necessarily going to.
Oh, you want a specific application.
So for example, I gave a hotel general manager, you know, some golf, basically this Relico customized output packet. And it had all of the little, you know, the little triangle folding thing, and then, you know, sample menus and a golf ball and luggage tag and all this jazz. And he went absolutely ballistic because it was totally customized to him. And so I guess I'm just curious, does Xerox provide like graphic designers that can help us create this output, or do we need to go hire them?
No, we have templates for that, and I work a lot with Domtar myself. Did you work with Domtar, or who did you get it from? Because they have templates, and we can get templates from them. The key is, you know, using the proper equipment, Chris. You know, I don't know about the golf balls.
We can talk this offline.
But
it's just the machines are so. The machines are just so powerful. I have no doubt we can just start crushing it with just like a little, like if I could FedEx, you know, output, you know, to like the top 5 executives at, you know, one of my largest clients, you know, we're going to be selling these, you know, production like crazy. So.
And Chris, if you don't mind, I'm going to use you as a reference, or what I saw what you did in one of your construction companies. Team, we were on a call, and he had his samples output showing the CEO and the director of IT, and there was 2 other people there from the account. When he showed the never tear paper, they went crazy over it. It's like, what? You can do that? We can print on this? On what equipment? And actually, he secured the order. But I'm telling you, the output, you know, when people see the output, they go bananas. That's why I strongly recommend everyone to get a sample packet, and I'll try to find out where to get it. So if you're interested, email me, and I'll get it for you. I'll work on it.
And also, you can reach out to an analyst at any of the Xerox locations and ask him, hey, here's what I'm trying to do. Is this something you can show me how to print and get some stuff? I mean, you can go to a location, Chris, like we said. The analyst would know how to do a lot of those things. Just depends on what media they have access to.
And do you guys, you know, I guess for question for Team Xerox, you know, we've worked with Relico out in New Hampshire, even flew out there, but we've been bringing them more opportunities than, you know, they've been very frustrating to deal with. I know that there's Domtar and then there's one other. I mean, do you guys have any recommendations for a paper vendor that is very aggressive from the sales perspective, that for us to run out there and sell production that we should reach out to?
So let me clarify that for you. So first of all, just an example, our recommended media list is Domtar product based because we used to own a paper company and Domtar bought it from us. So everything on our recommended media list is all Domtar products. Relico has been trying to get on that, but there's a big cost to that. Not to us, but to them. So I'm not sure where that all plays, but there's a cost to getting them on our recommended media list. But they're aggressive. Joni from Relico is awesome. So if you've got someone you know and you're working well with them, keep going, keep running with it. But as to a specific vendor, I would say Relico right now would be the one I would say wants our business the most.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I know Joni and all them. And then I'll just talk to Mons about the Chicago contact for Domtar. So
yeah,
okay.
I'll get it for you, Chris.
Not a problem. Sure. Anything else?
I have a question. I met with a customer yesterday, and they asked about Fusion Pro. Is that something that we can put on the C60s or the V180s?
Fusion Pro, is that a type of media?
They said it's similar to XMPie, so like personalization.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I have to ask more about it, but I'm assuming any of those variable data softwares would work because it's just going to tell the engine what it can do. If you ask, let me mute your phone. There we go.
Sorry.
What I would do is I would reach out to that, or you said it's called what again?
Fusion Pro. I haven't had a chance to Google them or not. I just wanted to see if it rang a bell for you at all.
Doesn't for me, but XMPie would know for sure if it's a variable data product. So we can reach out to them or go on the website, Google them, look them up, and see what vendors they work with. I'm sure they work with everybody because variable data is just, what can they do?
It's just software. It should work.
Yeah, just software.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But send me an email and I'll look into it a little more for you too and see if I can reach it to Don at XMPie. He'll tell me more. He'll say his product's better because we own it. So.
I love it.
All right. Hope you guys got some value out of today.
Sorry, I just have one last question.
Yep.
Is XMPie, do they ever like donate any software to like schools or nonprofits or anything like that? Have you ever
I have
heard of
no
that?
idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but you can ask Don, right? But
okay.
Yeah, but it's not expensive, the entry level, by the way. Not at all.
Yep.
By the way,
Guys,
Fusion Pro does work with Xerox products. I just looked them up.
Oh, of course. I had no doubt they would. Yeah. I can't go stand here talking to you live on a camera, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Great job, Jay.
Yeah, Jay,
Thanks,
great job. If you can email me that presentation, that would be awesome.
Will do. All right. Hey, guys.
You guys, thank you very much.
Happy selling.
Thank you.
Okay. Take care, hon. Bye-bye.
Bye.